Namaste. This is Vahida here. Inhale, hands up, and exhaling, do a forward fold, trying to touch the floor. If not, then you can touch your ankles or shins. One more time, inhale and exhaling down. You can take your head right down if you can. Inhale up and relax. Come in Dandasana. Stretch out your legs. Once again. Going back in Vajrasana for a child pose. Stretch back and then go forward, bend on the floor, head on the floor, hands next to your legs, next to your shins, palms facing upwards. Breathe here. You can have your hands in front of you stretched out and your knees separated. Also, a different way of doing the child pose where you stretch your spine more further. Stay here for a while, inhaling and exhaling. Come up and sit down straight. We now do the cat pose by taking a nice deep inhalation. Let your spine sink down, hips up, and exhaling, put your head in and the hips in and push your spine up. Inhale and exhale. You will look up, let your spine sink down, hips up, and exhaling, put your head in and the hips in and push your spine up. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and take a child pose to relax. Coming up again on all your fours. We will go into the downward facing dog pose. So here you will let your hips fly up in the air and try to keep your heels down. This is a three-legged pose where you'll take one leg up and down, the other leg up and bring it down. Once again in the downward facing dog pose, walk your legs a little bit so that your heels go right down each time. Where you'll take one leg up and down, the other leg up and bring it down. Once again in the downward facing dog pose, we'll go into a plank and come on your knees, chest, chin. You will get ready for a snake pose, the Bhujangasana. Head up, chest up, and unfold your arms so that you go more deeper into the back bend, looking up into the ceiling. Come back on your forehead, exhale. Head up, chest up, and unfold your arms so that you go more deeper into the back bend, looking up into the ceiling. Come back on your forehead, exhale. From here you can again go up into the downward dog by going first into the snake pose, cobra pose, and then curl your toes. Let your hips fly up in the air. head in between your arms, pushing back at your navel. Come on your toes and get one step in front of you and try to start getting up from the runner's pose right up into a wide-legged pose. Going down into the extended triangle by taking one hand right at the floor or your toes and the other hand straight up, looking at it. You can have your hand on your shins too if you can't reach the toes. Do the same pose on the other side. Turn your toes, slide a little bit on the other side and put your hand down and the other hand going up. Reach as much as possible. You can go down. And you're up. From here we will go into the goddess pose by folding your arms at the elbows. Go down on your knees. Get your arms in front of you. Stretch your shoulder blades. Stretch out again and come out of the pose. Get your arms in front of you. Stretch your shoulder blades and do the eagle arms over here, or you can just fold your hands into a namaste pose. Stretch out again and come out of the pose. We'll go into the garland pose now by coming a little bit closer. Stretching your arms up and seat your hips in between your thighs, pushing your knees with your elbows away from each other. Going up again, straight and down. Stretching your arms up and seat your hips in between your thighs, pushing your knees with your elbows away from each other. Going up again, straight and down. Now this is the camel pose where you will rest your hands on your hips and take a back bend. Just to get ready for it, you will do the half camel pose first by touching one heel and the other hand going up. Exhale. Inhale, take your hand up. Go into a slight back bend. Exhaling, bring it down. Do the counter pose of the child pose here. Where your hands are next to your shins. You can come back into the full camel pose now, where your toes are not curled, both your ends are on your heels and your diaphragm is protruding out. Coming out back by taking the support of your spine and going back into the counter pose, the child pose. Relax over here by inhaling and exhaling and come up again to Vajrasana. From here we will go into the pigeon pose by taking one leg across the mat in front of you, keeping both your palms at the side of the knees. Stretch your other leg right behind you with the knee and the back of the foot on the floor. Take a nice back bend by looking up and go into the forward bend by keeping your arms in front of you and head on the arms. Inhale and exhale here. Very slowly come up again. And we'll be going into the king pigeon pose by taking your foot into your hands, rotating your arm, taking your arm up, bring your other arm together with this This is the screaming pigeon. By hooking your foot into the elbow and holding it from behind both your hands, you can come out of the pose slowly, exhaling out. And stay in the pigeon pose for a while. Go up on your knees and change your leg to do the repeat of this on the other leg. So once again, your one leg is behind and the other across on your mat with both your hands next to it, at the side of it, with a nice deep back bend. Inhale and exhaling, go into the forward bend on your folded arms. Relax here for a while. And come up again to the back bend and do the same thing on the other side by hooking your foot in the crux of your elbow. Stay there for a while and come out of the pose. So this was the pigeon pose and its variations. You can just do simple pigeon pose or you can go into the variations if you like. Come back on all your fours and sit down. This pose is a side twist. So one leg is folded down, the other is folded on top of it with the knee facing the ceiling. Take one hand back and the other hand is helping you twist your spine. Do the same thing with the other side. One knee is folded down, the other knee is up. Same hand goes back and the opposite hand will twist the spine and push the knee on the other side. Stay twisted and breathe out. Come out of the pose. We'll do this once more. You can even hold the knee if you can't hold. You can put your hand folded or straight on your knee. And we'll go into the rabbit pose from here. So here you will be first in the child pose with your hands near your shin, head down. Now slowly lift your hips up and let your crown go on the floor with your rounded spine and come back. This is Vakrasana, where one leg is folded near the knee and the other hand is helping to twist your spine and catch the toes. Stay here for a while, inhaling and exhaling. This pose gives a very good massage to the internal organs. The knee is folded near the foot is near the other knee and the hand goes, opposite hand goes in front of the knee to catch the toes whilst the same hand is behind. Spine is twisted and you inhale and exhale here. Come out of the pose. And we are now getting ready to go into the bridge poses. This is bridge number 1, where you are holding the ankles, chin is on the neck, and slowly your hips are raising up. Chest is raised as much as you can. Inhaling. Exhaling, bring your full spine down very slowly on the floor. The second bridge is you will put your feet a little away from your hips till your fingertips touch it, and again you will raise your body up. Try to clasp your fingers so that you can raise it slightly more upwards Let your chin rest on the neck. Inhale and exhaling. Bring your spine down very slowly and let your shoulders come out. Position number 3 is the same position. You will go on your toes, hold your hips and push it more up into a deeper back bend. And once you have space in your waist area, put your both hands to hold your waist and slowly put the heels down without changing any position of your body. Breathe here, inhale and exhale. You can take one leg up at a time into Ardha Sarvangasana. To come out of the pose, once again catch your hips, go on your toes and bring your vertebrae by vertebrae, your whole spine down on the floor. Hug your knees here to go into a counter pose as a forward bend. Relax over here. You can even roll from one side to the other just to get all the muscles massaged. This is a very good self-massage whenever you have any muscle aches and pains in your spine or in your back. Well, now you come on your abdomen into the crocodile pose first to relax your whole body by separating your legs, your toes pointing out, heels are in, your head is on your folded arms. Breathe here. In this pose, your heart gets a very good rest as it is in a nice resting pose. You are totally relaxed here. Very slowly get your feet together and fold the knees. Come up into the bow pose by catching both your feet with your hands. Come down. Now you can catch your toes and try the same pose. Inhale and exhaling, come out of the pose by catching both your feet with your hands. Come down. Now you can catch your toes and try the same pose. Inhale and exhaling, come out of the pose. Relax again in the crocodile pose. Here you will have an increased heart rate, so you have to just relax for a while in the crocodile pose to get back to your normal heart rate. Inhale and exhale till you find yourself in a very relaxed position. And this is the Sphinx pose, where your elbows are right under your shoulders, head is up. This can be called a small snake too, or the Sarpasana. Now you will go into the Bhujangasana, where you are just up till your navel, and you can also clasp your hands behind. Come out of this pose and sit down. A counter pose of child pose. Always after a back bend, take a slight forward bend, just to have a soothing for the spine. Now we'll do Kapalbhati, the skull shining breath, where you are taking a deep inhalation and the exhalation is with small spurts coming out together till your breath is exhaled out. This is Anulom Vilom, the alternate nostril breathing, where you close your nostril, the right thumb, inhale from the left, block it for a few seconds and exhale from the other nostril. Keep on doing this for some time. This also helps for insomnia. That is, if you can't sleep, then you have to do this breath to get good sleep at night. Takes away lots of toxins from your body. Balances both the lungs and both the sides of your body. Relax now. And now we will be doing the best pose of this session is Shavasana, the corpse pose. Here your body will cool down and rest and relax totally. So keep your feet away from each other. Let your toes fall out. Your hands are also away from your body, with your palms facing the ceiling. See that there is no curve in the spine or in the neck. Everything is flat on the mat. Let your spine sink into the floor. You will now scan your full body from your toes to your skull, inhaling and exhaling nice and deep, and relaxing each and every part of your body from the toes to your skull. And when we are done, we come out from the right side and sit down. Here we are doing some friction on the palms by rubbing the palms together and cupping the eyes for it to get some rest. And that's the end of the session. Thank you. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Anyone can yoga. Namaste.